Welcome to episode 14, Super Bowl 60 preview by review. It'll be the last episode for this Saturday that I'm recording it. It is the historic matchups between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. And we go to their second 1993 meeting, as I had said earlier in the last video, that they both finished in fifth place in 1992. And therefore, since they were in the AFC and at the time the fifth place teams played twice, the Bill Parcells leads the 1-5 New England Patriots into the Seattle Kingdome to take on Tom Flores and the 3-3 Seattle Seahawks. It's the first time these two teams have met in the Kingdome in quite a while. There was no score in the first quarter. In the second quarter, John Casey hit a 30-yard field goal, and the Seahawks took a 3-0 lead. That would be your halftime score. In the third quarter, Scott Sisson hit a 36-yard field goal to tie the game at 3. In the fourth quarter, Scott Sisson hit a 25-yard field goal, and New England went up 6-3. And then Scott Sisson hit a 19-yard field goal to give the Patriots a 9-3 lead with time running out. Brian Blades caught a 1-yard pass from Rick Meyer. John Casey's extra point gave the Seahawks a 10-9 victory. The game was played out inside a dome on AstroTurf in front of 56,526 fans. The Seahawks were favored by 8.5, but they did not cover. Statistically, both teams turned it over twice, and individually, for the Patriots, Scott Sikuls threw for 129 yards and 2 interceptions. Scott Zolak was 0 for 2 passing, and running back Kevin Turner was 0 for 1 passing. Drew Bledsoe did not play in the game. Leonard Russell, the Patriots, ran for 97 yards, and your leading receiver was also Leonard Russell, as he had 28 yards on 3 catches. For the Seahawks, Rick Meyer threw for 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 1 time. Leading rusher was John Williams with 29 yards on 7 carries, and your leading receiver was Brian Blades, 70 yards, 9 catches, and the game-winning touchdown. On defense for the Patriots, Harlan Barnett had an interception for 40 yards, Vincent Brown had an interception for 24 yards, and Raina Thompson had a sack. For the Seahawks, Robert Blackman had an interception, Patrick Hunter had an interception for 34 yards, and Rick Meyer fumbled the ball twice. Returning kicks and punts for the Patriots, Ray Crittenden had 44 yards on 1 kick return, and Troy Brown had 54 yards on 5 punt returns. For the Seattle Seahawks, Michael Bates had 17 yards on 1 kick return, and Kelvin Martin, Kmart, had 7 yards on 2 punt returns. The Seattle Seahawks win the game 10-9 and take a 7-6 all-time series lead in the head-to-head series between the two teams. Here's your uniform matchup. As we had mentioned in the previous game, the Patriots have a wild new logo, the Flying Elvis, and on the road for this game, they have their white jerseys with red numbers, Seattle in their blue jerseys. 10-9 as far as scoregami goes. The Kansas City Cowboys and Brooklyn Lions in 1926, most recently the Broncos and Jets back in 2024. So after 13 matchups, the Patriots now trail the Seahawks 7-6, and stay tuned for more Super Bowl 60 preview by review in the coming days.